Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Friday, the 14th of April. Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to the weekend. And cheers. It's been a green day. So we've had 4 out of 5 green days this week. And today we traded. It's actually been a long day because I've been streaming live all day today, but I was pretty much done after the open. So I traded one stock pre-market. The ticker was SAI. It's a company called SciTech, and it's connected. It's a Bitcoin mining stock, so it's connected to the crypto world, and I was moving up in accordance with the heavy push in the crypto markets. So in sympathy with crypto, but it moved up huge amounts, and across the course of the day, I think it was at its peak, it was up 386%, and we caught it. We traded that pre-market. We kind of made a little bit of a mistake that went in my favor. So I've been playing around with the configuration on my trading platform, and I deleted something I shouldn't have deleted, which I kind of rely on for when I'm entering and exiting a trade. So I pressed the buy button for 5,000 shares, and I didn't get the indication that it had executed, which I normally get on the chart. So I pressed the buy button again, and I'm looking at it, still didn't work. So I ended up, instead of 5,000, ended up with 15,000 shares, and it moved up. So I was able to take those shares off and at a profit, and finished over $10,000 in profit on that particular trade. So it worked in my favor. It was good volume at the time. It was a good liquid stock, so I wasn't having any problems getting filled or any slippage on any of the trades. So all in all, it ended up being a good solid trade. Added to the position, take off and add the position on the way up, but all in all, it was a good solid trade. I then traded a company called the ticker was MRAI. It's Marpai. I think it's Marpai. So MARPAI is the company, but the ticker is MRAI. And again, this is another one that moved up huge amounts. And this was something that was, again, 100% up on the day, more than 100% up on the day. It's a big mover. And we traded this, ended up losing. So lost nearly $3,000. I traded it again a little bit later and made, like $400 back. But again, just an exercise in the volatility that we currently have in the markets. So again, this is an AI related stock. So the AI sector is very buoyant at the moment, very bullish, and we saw a few stocks like that was moving up. So that was MRAI or MARPAI. And we lost just under $3,000. So we're back down to kind of $7,000. We're still over goal. Normally, I would say get green, stay green, get to goal and get out. My very first trade didn't just get me to go. Oh, second entry on my first trade didn't just get me to goal. It actually got me almost twice goal, over $10,000. But I gave just shy of $3,000 back. So we're sitting a little over $7,000. Kind of watching things to transpire, and then we traded Bullfrog AI. I took a couple of trades today that were originally scratch trades, and Bullfrog was one of them. We traded Bullfrog AI. We ended up getting in and getting out pretty much at the same place. Then we traded CXAI. So this is CX app. We managed to make just under $2,000 on CXAI. That was one of the big movers from yesterday. So this moved up 500% intraday yesterday. Then today it moved up more than 500%. It moved up like 670%. intraday, pre-market, as the morning session started, and then it just sold off the rest of the day. So reminiscent of HKD or which was from last year, and it was just one of these big pump ups on very low volume, and then a kind of slow but steady bleed out and retracement. And that's still retracing as I speak right now. But we managed to catch a bounce on that and get a little over $2,000 on that as well. Then we traded, the ticker was PTPI, so Petros Pharmaceutical. Petros Pharmaceutical was, again, this was another big mover intraday. This moved up over 500% today, 500%. So a lot of volatilities, a whole bunch of stocks today that moved up kind of 100, 150, 200, 300% or more. And this was one of them. So Petros Pharmaceutical moved up. We didn't get the early move, but we did get, obviously it retraced, and then we did get a nice bounce later in the day. And we managed to make just over $2,500 on Petros Pharmaceutical. So that was a good good trade as well. So to recap, we made $75 on Bullfrog AI. We made $17.65 on CXAI. We lost on MRAI, so to the tune of 2,000. We finished up 2,525 down on that one. And we were 2,550 up on Petros Pharmaceutical. So the main stock that we traded today, and I'll show you that trade after. I'll tag that on the back of this recap. Was SciTech Global, and that was the crypto-related stock, and that moved up really well, and we made over $10,000 on that. So that was the majority of the gains that we made today. So a good solid day. We're finishing over $12,000 up, so over $12,000 in profit today, which is more than twice the daily goal. So on top of yesterday's profit, which I think yesterday there was an element of luck involved yesterday, patience, but we were up and down. Today we went green, we stayed green, we got over goal, gave a little bit back over goal and got out. So we stayed over goal. Once we got over $6,000, we never even looked like conceding any less. So good solid green day today, a good solid day to finish the week. And as far as I'm concerned, a great start to, as far as I'm concerned, a good end to the week. So we go again on Monday. We'll start an hour before the market opens. So that's 8 o'clock, 8:30 actually, 8:30 market time. So 1:30 here where I'm based, Irish summertime. So join me then, and we'll do it all over again. We'll take a look at the statistics in just a second. Before I do, just hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate if you do. If you're enjoying this journey, this day trading journey that I'm on, then subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified when I'm going live, and I go live every single trading day. And you'll also get notified when I drop a video like this. I do drop educational content, so tutorials and other day trading content as well. So subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. But make sure you've hit the thumbs up for this. But thumbs down. Now, if you don't like me, if my face is a bit weird or whatever it is, just hit the thumbs down button. Any kind of interaction, I don't mind. Prefer the thumbs up, but either interaction is good. It's good for the algorithm, at least. Okay. So let's talk about the statistics. Currently, one red day, kind of blot on the landscape. Didn't like that red day for one main reason. It was ending my best green streak. So I had a green streak at the end of March into April, and this kind of put paid to my green streak. So I'm not happy with that red day. I would have had my best ever green streak, but we've now started a 3-day green streak. So if we can finish the rest of the month green, we will have my best ever green streak. So the objective here is to finish April from this point forward, the next 2 weeks, 100% green. what's the chances of doing that with the way I trade? So I'm a very aggressive trader, and sometimes it doesn't. The inevitability of day trading is that some trades are not going to go your way. And when you're as aggressive as I am, sometimes they don't go your way and you end up in a bit of a red hole, a bit of a drawdown. You just don't have the ability to claw back out. It's certainly from an intraday perspective. So sometimes you finish the day red, and red days are inevitable. It's just a case of minimizing them where possible. So red days are inevitable. They will come. I just want 20 green days in a row now. Let's have a 23-day green streak just to put April to bed. We're halfway through the month. It's a 19-day trading month. So we're halfway through the month, and we've got 10 more trading days. So what does that mean? Well, let's have a look, shall we? It means that currently we're at just under $68,000 in gross profit. We're averaging $7,500 per day in gross profit. The goal across the year is $6,000 per day. That's the goal I've set myself, and that's the goal that we're currently excelling against. If I look at the kind of trade selection, so one of the big things, so I teach people how to day trade. I've got my own day trading school. It's Day Trade with Tony. It's based on, this time last year, you asked me to teach you how to trade. A whole bunch of you asked me, could you teach me how to do that? And I said, okay, fair enough. A couple of people I taught directly, and then the demand got so much, I had to actually put it into some kind of structure, and I came up with the Day Trade with Tony trading school. I partnered with Teachable as an LMS platform, learning management system. So I use the Teachable learning management system. There's a whole catalog of lectures in there around day trading. There's all, kind of 23 hours of lecture material. Go check it out. The link to that course is in the description here, by the way. But had a whole bunch of people asking me to teach them to trade, so I actually did that, and started looking at how I can help people improve their trading. And when we start looking at the success rate of trading, I teach people how to stock selection. It's part of what I would class as a key component of risk management is selecting the right stocks to trade at the right time. So you want to be selecting stocks that are on the verge of breaking out or have a high probability of breaking out. So I teach people how to do that. So where am I going with this? So the whole point around looking at the statistics in terms of accuracy, trade accuracy, is about stock selection, and it's a big component of risk management. So here, at the moment in April, we've got not quite as good as we did in March. March, we had a phenomenal month in terms of accuracy, but we're 4 out of 5 trades at the moment are going in my favor. So if I pick a stock to trade intraday, I'm green on it 4 out of 5 times. I'm still getting there's 1 in 5 I'm losing money on. And unfortunately, when that happens, it's usually a bit of a doozy, because I'm being stubborn, perhaps holding things onto losers in particular, holding them a bit longer than I should do, but being stubborn. When I look at risk reward this month, it wasn't great yesterday. It's okay today. Why? Because my risk reward, based on the stocks that I've taken, is obviously improved. So, for example, today I risked very little to make $10,000 on SAI. I risked very little to make $2,500 on PTPI. Whilst I did risk on MRAI, I actually cut it. So the max risk that I had, I finished on that. So my K ratio, risk versus reward, is 2.23. A good K ratio is 2.0. So my risk reward has improved. Profit factor as a result of both the high accuracy of trade selection and the risk reward is 3.1. So I'm a very profitable trader right now in April. In fact, across the course of the year, I'm actually a very profitable trader. But in terms of April, I am a profitable trader, fairly high profitable trader. So if I look at win-loss expectation here, tells a similar trade, but I want to kind of look at the drawdown that I've had and the equity curve. So I had this start off kind of almost a linear equity curve. The drawdown, small gain, big gains. So we're back up in trajectory. If I hadn't had this drawdown and we just carried on with the same trajectory, we'd probably be at the same level based on where we're at. So this little drawdown was a setback, but it doesn't seem to have set us back. So let's look at it from an annual point of view. And I love looking at the statistics. This is the engineer. This is the analytical element in me, the engineer, but an engineer by education. And I have tendency to analyze things to the microscopic element. So right now, across the course of the year, 545. That's where we're at. 7,900 is the average daily gain across the year. So April is pretty much on point with the annual average. If I look at the risk rewards and the statistics around that, 3.4. So again, April is very similar to the annual average. My profit factor, however, is less. If I look at the number of winning trades, it's pretty much a 2-to-1. So just a bit better than 2-to-1. 70% of the trades go in my favor. 28% go against me. Small number of scratch trades, but 28% go against me. So it's all a little better than 2-to-1 in terms of that. But in terms of the, let's look at the days and times. I find this very interesting. And what I do like to look at is the wins versus losses, win days, lost days, etc. I find this very interesting. So this is looking like overall that my best time of trading is 11 o'clock, but it actually isn't. And I'll come to that in a second. So my most profitable time for trading is 11 o'clock. It isn't. I've got a big red loss sitting on the day the banks collapsed on the 13th of March, which is skewing this number. I look at January, good month, not such a good month in February. We're already we're past February, halfway through the month, we're past February. And March, my best ever trading, best ever month in March by a long stretch. January, to put this in context, January was my best ever month. It overtook August last year. I think it was my best ever month, it was 169. And then I had my best month in January, followed by my best ever month in March. So we're already kicking on and having a good month. But I want to just come back to the win days versus lost days, and this is something that's very interesting, and this is why I would recommend that you guys log use a journal, log your trades. It's important that you do log your trades, and if you don't log your trades, why the hell not? Okay, that's the question that I would like to ask. So let's look at the days and times here. So going back to what I was saying about the days and times previously, times of the day where I make the most money is between 9, you can see here clearly between 8 and 10 o'clock. So particularly 9 o'clock, the bell goes at 9:30, and that's where 9:30 till 10 is where the most volatile. So what we've got here over the course of the year, I've got most of my profits. The biggest portion of my profits taking place between 9 and 10. So it's actually that 9:30 till 10 o'clock when the most volatile. But I've also got my biggest loss, and this is skewing things. Now you may recall, 13th of February, I went $70,000 down in the red. I made huge losses at that particular time, and look, 71,000 across the course of the year is what I'm looking at there. So that's why it looks like that's not my most profitable. Over the course of the next few months, you'll see that this doesn't get much bigger, but this will continue to increase. So my most profitable time to trade is between 9 and 10 o'clock. It's like 9:30 till 10 o'clock, the opening bell for the first half an hour. That's the most profitable time to trade. It's also where I do most of my trading. So you can see in terms of trade distribution, where most of my trades between 8 and 9 And then after that, it's the majority of my trades are between 9 and 10. So I take more trades between 9:30 and 10:30 than I do any other time of the day. So it's interesting. Just take a look at this for yourself. Go and check it out. Doesn't have to be TradeView. I like TradeView. I think it's a bit more detailed than something like a Trade Anvil, or there's a whole bunch of different platforms that compete with TradeView. It's worthwhile checking out. And certainly from a statistic point of view, it helps you analyze your trades and go deeper into your trades. And just from an overall, I mean, if we look at my journal today, you can see straight away, this is my P&L curve for today. Straight away, I mean, out of the blocks, I went just over $2,000 trading SAI, so SciTech. Then I had, this is pre-market, a big trade that got me over $10,000. Gave some back, and then went back up and finished the day over $12,000. So that's my P&L curve for the day, let alone for the month or the week or whatever is in it. So we're having a good moment. How have I actually did that? I've not even showed you the actual trades itself. I'm not going to. Yeah, go on, I will. I'll show you the actual trades. So let's talk about the trades themselves. So first thing, I came into this is one of the many stocks. There's so many stocks that gapped up this morning, huge amounts, and then retraced. And this was one of them. It gapped up on the changeover in session from post market to pre market. Gapped up, went up to just over $5. Pull back, and then kind of just retracing under the VWAP. This is where I was looking. I was watching this. It started moving up. It hit the scanners, the pre-market scanners, broke the VWAP, came back underneath it. As it broke the VWAP again and started to make its move up, that's where I was able to trade this. And that's the first part that I got. It's got $2,000 on that. And then a little bit later, so I'll just kind of zoom out. A little bit later, similar kind of thing happened. And it broke new highs. We had this kind of 420, 425, I think was where I was looking at. I was able to get in here and ride this all the way up and made most of the gains. It did pull a retracement here, but I had such a cushion on this that I was able to ride this up to the top and take profits. And that was it. That was where I took my gains today. And if I go to the next thing that I traded, which was MRAI, as this moved up, I got in here on this move, and then it pulled back, and I lost because I was looking. It went into a halt, and then I got in prior to the halt. So as we broke new highs here, got into the halt, it gapped up, and I added to the position as it started to break new highs up here. I was looking at getting greedy instead of taking profits. I added to the position, and then it sold off, and I got stopped out. So look, it is what it is, and we lost money on that one. So we're down at $7,000, and then we traded. I think the next thing we traded was CXAI. We traded this at just after 11 o'clock. So this is where we traded CXAI on this move here. So this had been, this had been selling off. And then I got this, I drew a trend line. I'll draw this trend line here that I drew on the other, on the other chart here. I drew this trend line from here, and it went kind of this way. So it broke below this level, and then as it broke back up, I was able to trade this and take some profits. So that was the trend line that I drew, and no, actually it wasn't. That was the trend line that I drew there. And I was able to get in here and take some profits on this one here, and then I was able to buy the dip here and get out at the top here as it broke or this level here. It says 1568. So that was the trend line that I drew. That was how I traded that. Made 1765 on that one. Then we traded a little later on. It was just after 11 o'clock. So let me just zoom in here, and you can see this. So traded this one here. As it started to made this move up, then a pullback. Then as it made new highs here, we got in. It's kind of a bull flag. What was great about this is on the 5-minute, every time that it retraced, the next 5-minute candle made a new high, it would pump. You could literally trade the 5-minute based on, okay, anytime there's a red candle, next 5-minute candle to make a new high. Not even if there was a red candle. If there was a 5-minute candle, you could take the next 5-minute candle to make a new high as an entry or an add, and you were pretty much guaranteed to make money on this. Anyway, this moved up. We had this bull flag set up here, and then I got in here as this made a new high, and then rolled this up. Was able to ride this up, take profits, and got stopped out. And then as this made a new high here, I got back in, got stopped out. And that was $2,500 on that particular one. Now, it did continue to move up. I could have carried on trading this all the way up. I can't remember what I was busy doing. I think I went and walked the dog or something whilst this... that's exactly what I did. I walked the dog while this was continuing to move up. But it was very reliable, particularly on the 5-minute chart, up until it started to pull back up at the top end. So that was Petros Pharmaceutical, or PTPI. Then after Petros Pharmaceutical, we traded, I think it was Bullfrog for a small profit. So Bullfrog was later in the day, and we made a tiny profit there on this move up. We got this pullback, and then we made a profit, and then got a very small profit, $75. So that was me done. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll show you the main trade today was SAI, and that was about $8,000. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to tack that on the back of this, and I'm done for the weekend. I'm done for the day. I'll see you on Monday. Okay, take it easy. Have a good weekend. Going on with my hotkeys. Shit, what have I done? I don't know what happened there. I'm looking at this and I didn't even think I'd got filled, but hey, look, it's worked out for me. Whoa. Yes, V-Flash. Check out the link in my profile. There's a link there that you can join the Day Trade with Tony community, and I'm happy to mentor anybody that joins the community. Well, I'm over goal. What's happened to my orders? I normally had... I don't know where my order entries are. I normally have little triangles. I must have... When I've loaded this morning, I must have switched them off. I'll have to double check in a minute. Yeah, I know, Cheddar. That's what I was looking for, because I was watching the chart for my entry, and I entered 3 times, and ended up getting 3 times the size of entry I wanted. It went my way, but 3 times the size of entry I wanted because I was looking for those little triangles showing my trades. It's a dollar amount. You tend to plateau. So as a small account, if you've got a small account, you can set your goal at a percentage. But as you get to a certain account size, it becomes impractical. So $6 an amount. So then you start setting your goal at a dollar amount, and you stick to that. It becomes a little bit easier. It's easier to make money with money. It's simple as that. It's easier to make money with money. If you've got a $50,000 account, then to make 500 bucks, relatively easy. If you've got, get out there. If you've got a $5,000 account, to make 500 bucks, not so easy.